Hey y'all, what's up? What's good? Welcome back to 7 Days of Daily Growth with Nay. I hope you guys are doing well. What's good? It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday's word of the day. And I'm going to hop right into it because, of course, I have to go to work. So we are on M, and today's word of the day is more. So more means a greater or additional amount or degree of, and then it was another definition, but it's kind of the same thing. A greater or additional amount of something. So something greater, or when you add to something, or add a degree of something. And so we have two conversational pieces, of course. And my first one is take a second to think about the life you're living and the way you're living it. Do you want more out of this life that you are living? Why or why not? So, do you want more? Do you want more for yourself? In the life that you're living, do you want to add more to it? Whatever that looks like to you, it's cool. But do you want more? Do you want greater out of life than what you currently have? And that's kind of where I started on my journey. That's why I was contemplating on what M word I wanted to use. And this was something that came to me first. And then another one popped up. And I'm like, ooh, good one. But I couldn't get it to connect like right now. And so then I had another one. But I just wasn't feeling it either. So I kept coming back to more. And I've been saying it's good to start small. And, when I think about this word, because when I thought about it, and I was thinking that this could be the potential word for, today, this week, I was able to formulate, questions, conversational pieces. The other words, I wasn't able to really do that. So I knew it just wasn't fitting for right now at the moment, maybe later on. But, because they were both two good words, actually, besides this one. But this is kind of where I started. I started to get to a point in my life where I was like, there's got to be more to life than this. And then you grow up and you get older and, you got expectations of your parents or whatever and what they want for you. But they have a different definition of more. What they want more of from you typically has more so to do with them than you. Their expectations. But it's your life. You can take into consideration what your parent might expect for you, but when it comes to how you live your life, you have to learn, you have to grow. You have to have your own expectations. And so that was kind of where I was, like, my dad works very hard, work, that's big for him. Work, you need to be working, you need to be getting some money, you need to be doing something. You know what I'm saying? To him, me not having a job is like, what you doing? If I tell him like, Dad, I'm tired, I just want to chase my dreams, I just want to do this, do that. If I see a bigger picture, he might not see that because he's used to seeing what he sees. He's used to knowing what he know, and what he's known all his life is work, provide, This is what I was put here to do. Yeah, but like not all your life, you want to be happy with what you're doing as well. When I look at and think about work in my future, especially when I started to like look at life, I wanted work to be fun. I didn't want it to be miserable. I didn't want it to be something that I dread to do. Like, I'm like, if I'm gonna do this all my life, like I'm gonna work all my life, I want it to be something that I actually like to do. I want to do what makes me happy, regardless of what that looks like, even if that looks like not working for somebody else all my life. And I'm not saying, I'm not bashing my dad, I love him, hardworking man. But I didn't see that for myself. I didn't see me like going to school all my life, working all my life, and then just dying. Like, that's when my perspective started changing. It really, like, my perspective changed like way bigger than I feel like some people's do. Like, I feel like I got to a point where, yes, I was tired of the way that my life was going. Like, I would look at my life and I'm like, yo, this is not it. But, I feel like most people take a small step where, they change a little, bit of themselves. Their perspective changes just a little bit. I feel like my perspective changed a lot. Like, I started to see life differently. I started to see a bigger picture, not just a picture of my life next year, but I started to see the end goal of where I wanted to be, where I wanted to end up, what I wanted to have accomplished, what I wanted to. I started thinking about a legacy. I started thinking about my own legacy. Like, I had told y'all, you know, that death was made real for me at one point in my life. And when it became real for me, that hit me hard too. Like, that did a lot of me wanting more, because it's like, I don't want to leave this world and nothing to show for it. Not saying that that's my goal, but it's like, you know, I want to give my kids, like, I don't want it to be just, I was just like, you know, if I was to leave this world, would I be okay with what I've done? The answer is no. Like, that's it. No, I wanted to do something way big, like a legacy, you know. But the most important thing to me was the way, you know, I grew up and what stemmed from that. I didn't want to, like, I don't want my kids to struggle. Who does? You know, it's a lot of stuff that I want to instill in them, but the one thing I don't want to instill in them is struggling, you know. Stress, depression, anxiety, hard work, no rest, you know, that's not something. So, you know, I started to want more in a way where I saw a bigger picture for myself. And that's where I started changing my perspective. Is this what you want? Like, is this, like, this, you see your life this way, but is that really what you want? Like, I was tired of going through the same stuff, ending up in the same positions, just doing the same things, just not getting anywhere. And also feeling like, you know, this can't be it for me. And again, with, you know, realizing how real death is, like, I was like, no, I definitely can't just, you know, only got one life. I gotta be happy with whatever I choose to do in this life. And that's wanting more for myself. That's me not settling for what I was settling for in my life. I didn't want to keep settling. I love the saying, if I can do it, I feel like you can do it. That's how I feel ever since I've been on my journey. I feel like if I can do it, anybody else can do it. Because it's so much to it, but it literally just starts with you wanting more. So you have to ask yourself, do you really want it? Do you want more in your life? Do you want to add more goodness to your life? Do you want to make your life greater by adding more good things to your life? Do you want to make your life greater by adding to your life, adding good things to your life? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And that's what I have, like, that's literally where I started. Like, okay, I want to make changes because this is not where I want to be. Like, I want more. Like, this is not it. And I wasn't thinking, like, I want more money. I want more this. I want more, like, I wasn't thinking materialistically. You know, when you tired and when you deal with mental health problems, like, when, you know, you just be tired. Like, I was just tired. I was tired, you know. I was physically, mentally, emotionally, I was just tired. And I no longer wanted to feel that way. I didn't want to keep going through my life feeling tired. 2 years ago, I was tired. Over it. And I've been battling with that type of feeling for the past 6 years. I'm being just tired. Like, I'm tired. Like, you know? And that's why I wanted to drop out of school, you know? That's why, you know, certain points in my life where I just didn't care about certain things. Like, I didn't care. Like I told y'all, I didn't care. Like, I just wanted to give everything up. Like, I'm good, you know? Because I was tired. I was defeated. But something in me kept getting up and kept going every time. And then I got to a point where I realized, like, I want more. Because I was talking to somebody, you know, and that's when I was first starting out and trying to figure out, you know, myself and my journey, you know, my spiritual journey and stuff like that. And so, I was talking to somebody, and I think I mentioned it before, but, you know, that was like perspective. I think I was getting a reading, my very first one. And it was like perspective. Change how you view yourself in your life. And that's where I got started, you know, making that change, making that choice to start looking at my life differently. again, like I was just about to say, if I'm sorry if y'all hear some noise in the background, it is what it is. I started to not really compare myself, but I just feel like, I started to feel like if they can do it, I can do it. If they can make that happen, I can make it happen. Because I know, like, I'm different. Like, I know, like, I got stuff inside of me. Like, I know there's more to me. I know there's more to life now. So I'm like, I can do stuff my own way. Like, and it was like I can heal myself. I can heal myself my own way. I can get through this season my own way. I can grow in my own way. I can make changes in my own way. So that's just how I started to look at it. Like, I can do things my own way. And, I had to start with, myself and just digging and going back deep into me and my past and everything else. But, it starts with wanting more. And you have to look at your life. You have to ask yourself, do I want more out of this life? Do you want more? Do you want greater to come out of the life you live? Do you want to add good, blessings, prosperity? Do you want to add all that to the life that you're already living? You got to ask yourself, do I want more? And then I said, why or why not? Because, some people don't want more. If you look at your life and you feel content and you like, I'm good where I'm at. Ask yourself, like, why do I not want more, though? Because you're going to have an answer. I just basically said it, I'm content, I'm good with myself. It is what it is, I feel like I'm doing very well for myself and I don't need to do nothing else. That's an answer. That's how you feel. I always feel like there's room to grow and room to get more. And again, it doesn't have to be just in a financial aspect. Like, for me, more knowledge. Like, I wanted to seek things. I wanted to learn things. Like, I didn't just want to step out and just be doing anything. I wanted to learn about different stuff. I wanted to educate myself. I wanted to gain more wisdom. And not because, I want to be this smart and intelligent. No, like, I had to learn how to even start, with healing myself and, caring more for myself and love. You have to learn. You have to gain knowledge. So you gotta want more. You gotta want to add certain things to your life to get, greater results, better results. So do you want more? Yes or no? And if you want more, figure out what you want. What do I want? And this is just a conversational piece, y'all. Y'all don't have to journal. Just something to think about. And, I always answer. If you haven't seen a Tuesday video before, I always answer the conversational pieces. But also feel free to talk to me about, anything that I say. And so, figure out what is it that you want. What do you want more of? And then go from there. That's your starting point. I wanted more happiness. I wanted more knowledge. I wanted more peace. So that's where I started because, knowledge, peace, all came with me. Happiness all started to come with me trying to, heal myself and figure myself out and figure out who I am. And I still can answer that question and say, I can look at my life now. Do you want more? Yes. God, show me how good it can get. Amen. Yes, I want more. I'm not greedy. Don't be greedy. But in a sense, I want, more peace still, more knowledge still, more healing now, you start to want more of more once you get to certain places of your life, more love, more life, more freedom now. Yes, where I try to start these days, right where I'm at. I meet myself where I'm at. I want more, but I also know I have to be patient. That's one thing you got to know. You got to be patient. When you want more, you got to be patient while you're working towards getting more. While you're working towards adding these things to your life, more freedom, more love, you got to be patient. I'm not in a rush to get married. I'm not in a rush to call something my dream job, because it's a lot of stuff that I got going on that ain't just, you know, one job. So, you know, I gotta be patient in getting more freedom. I wish I could just hop on a plane every weekend and go somewhere. I wish, you know, every month. I wish I could just take a drive and just sometimes, but you know, I'm not there. And I'm not rushing to be there. Yes, I know I want more. God know I want more. But there's no rush either, because you get more of the things that you want as you continue to grow and learn. You know, I learn every day what it means to be free, what it means to have peace, because I go through experiences and lessons that teach me these things, you know, or how to be patient for these things. So you just continuously, just while you wanting more, continuously live life day by day, living, just being. More will come. Is if you want it, you're gonna get it, as long as you're going after it. But it always starts with you, and it always starts with the little things. Even asking yourself, do I want more? Because a lot of us want more, and we're not doing anything to get more. You know, you want more peace, you want more love, but you know, are you peace yourself? Are you working on peace yourself? Are you love yourself? Are you working on being a more peaceful person, a more loving person? Why want something that you aren't? You're not going to keep it that way. You're not going to keep peace if you're not a peaceful person. You know? So make sure you're embodying what you want as well. More freedom, continuously to live free. That's my main one. Like, I continuously just try to move freely because, you know, like, it's my world and everybody just living in it. That's what my mentor had told me. She was like, this is my world. People are in it. And I feel like everybody should feel that way. Just like, you know, it's your own little, this is my world. I won't allow people to come into my world and mess it up and, you know, bring drama and, you know, not bringing me peace. This is my world. You can get out. If you don't like something, you know, so make sure you embody the more that you want as well. You want more, you gotta be more. You gotta be more. Be more what you want. And it starts with you. Like, you know, I wanted change. So I had to be change. I had to actually embody change. I actually had to change. Make changes. More changes. Adding change to my life. You know? More ways to change. How can I, you know? So you gotta sit with yourself and you gotta ask. You gotta even first, again, is this what I want? Because if you don't want it, you won't get it, first of all. And don't want something, don't want more if you know you're not capable or you're not going to try to go after it, try to work for it. That's just like you wanting a raise at work, you know, more money. But you lazy, you don't do no work at work. Your boss always got something to say to you. You're not gonna get a raise like that. So everything starts with you, and most importantly, you gotta ask yourself the hard questions. And that's kind of a hard question to ask yourself. Because, you know, when you decide you want something, you might have to make certain sacrifices to get it. And some people aren't ready to do that, you know. So you just gotta be prepared when you ask that question. Be prepared for the answers that come to you, and you know what you have to do to start working towards getting more to come to you. I'm so hungry. I asked Alexa what time is it, and she'll tell me, and then she'll say, I hope you have a great whichever day of the week it is. And I love that. Shout out to Alexa, because she never did that before, so it must be something new. She just started doing it when I asked her what time it is. So I'm trying to see if that's all I have for that question. I feel like it is. So sit back and think about the question. You know, look at your life. Do you want more? And if you do, go after more. Embody more. You're going to get it. It's going to happen. But, you know, you got to define also what more looks like for you. What that means, you know, for your life. And, again, you got to be willing to make sacrifices, you know. What's that Bible verse? You know, I already said it before. You're asking for more like responsibility. So like the Bible verse Luke 12:48 says, from everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded. And from the one who has been entrusted with much more, more will be asked. So, you got to be prepared. When you want more, you got to be ready for more. It's going to be a responsibility to be able to, handle your freedom, handle love that comes to you. Like, you want more love, you want to be married, you want to be with a God-fearing husband. You got to be prepared for that yourself. You got to be a woman of love, a God-fearing woman as well, if that's what you want more of. You want more freedom, you got to be prepared to know how to be free in a way where, you ain't doing nothing too crazy. People get a lot of freedom and they start acting a fool. You got to be humble, responsible with what's given to you. I really don't be trying to make these long anymore, but sometimes it be like that. Conversational piece number 2. What more can you do to make your life journey easier for you? So, what's some things that you can start doing to make your journey or your healing easier? When I think of this question, it gives me the additional part of the definition. So more means a greater or additional amount or degree of. And so it's given like, what can you add to your life basically? What can you do more of to make your journey easier for you? And for me right now, and we're going to say like right now, like as you're reflecting on your life right now, what more can you do? What can you add to your life, your journey right now that will make it easier? Because I know that healing yourself is not easy. I also feel like healing does not have to be defined as hard. Healing is hard, OMG. It's not easy, but I don't think it's difficult. I don't think it's hard. I think it's very much worth it. I think it's beautiful to be able to transform yourself like that. I think it's important. What more can you do to make your journey easier? And for me right now, I feel like the only thing that I can do to make my journey a little bit easier right now is to find some balance. Like really, I really need to find some balance, y'all. Like, it's not all bad. It's not as bad as it was when I first started trying to figure things out. It's actually starting to get into a little nice groove these days, but it's also not perfect, and I know it's something I still need to work on, and I really think it'll make my journey so much easier. So much easier. Also, what would make my journey a little bit more easier is, when I really, really want to do something, or, when I got a lot going on, I feel like I need to make sure I revisit my plans and things that I want, so that I can remember, like, what's the word? So I can just always be able to realign myself back with, my goals, like my end goals, like the things I want to accomplish. I need to start, going back to the beginning and be like, okay. Just keep myself realigned with my purpose, with the things that I want to accomplish. And also that just leads me to me really needing to write out my plans, and then also just tell God, write out to God and talk to God about what I want and how I can make this happen and how things can go. Like really just do that manifestation on, my ideas, because an idea is just an idea. And I'm realizing that I love to write, but it's crazy. I'm not like a planner. I'm not like an outliner. I think I mentioned it before in English class. I never really, I don't know if I said this before, but in English class, I never really did outlines. I just went ahead and did the paper, and that's cool. I'm pretty sure I've always got an A in English, so obviously I was doing something right. But at the same time, your plans and your goals kind of aren't like that. I'm realizing that it's power in actually writing down my plans, exactly what I need to get it done, the resources, the steps to it, from beginning to end, and then really praying over and asking God for these things. Because, I'm starting to realize that, a lot of things that I want, I can't get it done by myself, but it starts with me actually having that plan, so then when God starts to send me people that can help me, they'll see exactly what I see, because what I've seen and what I know I want to do and how I want to have things, it is written down. It's set in stone. So I don't have to be like, yeah, I want to do, I did. It's already there. It's already done. It's already ready to go. It's already set in stone. You know, it's already the blueprint right there. We just got to make it happen. Now we just got to bring it to life. So that's something that I'm learning. I think it'll definitely make my journey easier, like right now, because, you know, I won't have to always constantly be in my head just thinking about what I need, this or that, what I got to do, you know, what Google. That one time when I get the idea and I go ahead and lay it out on the table, how I'm supposed to go from beginning to end, how I want it to go, what I want it to look like, it's already there. I ain't got to worry about it no more. Unless I, you know, get something in my head to make a change, or I'm looking over it and, you know, I want to change something. But other than that, it's already there that one time and I ain't got to worry about it again. Especially if it's something that I think about but not really ready to, like, go after it. I won't forget anything. I already know, you know, what I need to do when I'm ready to pick it up and, you know, get moving. So, you know, that's where I am right now in my life. What I need to add more, like more planning, more strategizing, more like talking to God about my plans, definitely. Asking Him for the things that I need regarding my plans, you know, and also finding balance. Continuously trying to find balance in my life. It's very much needed. You know, it'll really just make everything flow more easier. And also just realizing, as far as like my day-to-day schedule, just trying to keep that intact and, you know, trying to see, you know, like what season I'm in. Some things can go, some things can stay, as far as like, you know, healing and, you know, growing. Some things can take up too much of your time and, you know, you're just not there anymore. So always just try to reevaluate everything that you have going on, you know, every season. So you can make sure again that you're aligned and on track. I think that's something, I forgot to mention it again when I was going back through things, but I think that's something I said, just always going back to the goals and, you know, to the bigger picture and making sure you're on track with where you are. Making sure you haven't gotten off track these last, you know, 2 months, you know, okay? It's a new season. Check back with yourself. Am I in alignment? Is this even what I still want to keep doing? You know what I'm saying? You got to ask yourself those type of questions. Things might have changed within the past 2 or 3 months. Is this what I still want? Is this a goal that I still want or not? If not, don't worry about it. It's okay. Add a new goal or just keep what you already have. And just make sure, you know, okay, I'm still in alignment with this goal. This is what I still want to do. I see myself still working towards that, you know? So just keep yourself on track and in alignment. Definitely. Before I go, I just want to say thank you all. Y'all be safe. Y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay beautiful. So when I ask y'all these questions, I want y'all to answer them in your head, or, you know, you can write it down if you want to. That's up to you, because you can dig deeper with these questions. You really can. You can make them into journal prompts, because I know I could go on, you know, with these conversational pieces. That's why I call them conversational pieces, because you can have a conversation. You can talk about it. It's something to talk about. And so I just want y'all to know, like, tailor it to you. Tailor your answer to you in your life. I get up here and I also choose to answer these questions, not only to, you know, just try to give out, you know, messages, or, you know, do what I do, or definitely just try to, you know, conversate, but also, you know, I want to kind of, like, it's a blueprint. This is how you should be answering. Like, if you don't know how you should answer it, you know, I answer it just for you guys to know, you know, how you should answer the question that I asked, so that you won't be like all somewhere else and you're not getting the benefit of the question that's asked, because the questions are beneficial. How you answer these questions can possibly be beneficial to you in your life and your growth and your healing and your transformation. So that's why when I answer them, you know, I don't want you to listen to what I say and like, oh, that's the answer. No, you have your own answer because you live your own life. You are not me, I am not you. Tailor your answer to your life, always. My answer is just to, you know, not only answer the question, but again, make sure y'all are staying, you know, I'm letting you know how to answer the question, basically. This is how you should answer it. So you're just not answering it any kind of way and you're not getting any benefit out of it. You know, you're not learning nothing about yourself. the point, especially with journal prompts and guided questions, is to dig more into yourself and learn about yourself. That's typically the point of those type of questions, you know. So y'all be patient, y'all be humble, y'all be kind, y'all be gentle, show compassion. You are love. Love is in you. So show love, be love. You are light. Shine your light brightly. Shine your light. Be yourself. Nobody can be you. There's only one you. You are uniquely made, and you were made for a reason. Don't dim your light. Don't dim yourself for nobody. I love you all from my heart to yours.